Hello everyone, Hans Sugren here, episode number 2 I suppose. Today I'm going to go into something that how would you call that? Going to go into a topic that I did not really prepare for too much. It's related to sudden news that came to my ear, from mouth to mouth as much as from, mainstream news I suppose, if that's what you can still call them these days. What I'm going to bring up is several topics. I'm going to list them for you guys, and then you can decide if you want to, go through it, click through the video a little bit, and see see what interests you and what does not. The first point is going to be about, more or less some questioning, some musings about, the financial profit made from this virus and from the lockdowns related to them for certain companies. Also going to go into the control, imposed upon the populations, particularly in Western countries. I'm also going to go a little bit into these gangs that have taken advantage of these lockdowns. And to the last, going to go into stress related issues with families today. Maybe I can provide a little bit of information, some tips that may alleviate a little bit. So, first and foremost, the financial profits that are being made right now. So, garnering from the information I've been given, that I have found, it has come to my attention that there are preparations now made to create, tons of mouth masks. And these mouth masks, whether they are really useful or not, they're a nice opportunity for some businessmen to gain a quick buck. I'm not sure about the long term of it, but we can get into that in a second. So the governments are now, basically tossing around tax money at companies to create mouth masks because there is obviously a shortage. I mean, excuse me. They've definitely been going on about that for at least the last month or two, maybe even 3 months by now. And I just wanted to bring that up to people that, so we have all these mouth masks now. At a time, during the time of this video, when they are saying that the virus is almost defeated, that there have been, vaccines for those who, I hope, choose to get them and are not forced to get them. There are, how shall one put it? There are these short-term profits to be made for companies who get into this now. At a very strange time, as I would say. Now, why do I think these times are a bit strange when, supposedly the virus is almost defeated, yet here we are going to get all these mouth masks and, even if we get them, meaning that we have paid taxes for them, then, someone is going to get that money and is probably going to rub his hands, walking away with filled pockets. Or maybe a few people, That's how it goes these days, I would say. In the long term, though, it seems a bit weird, doesn't it? You have these businessmen who have their, they focus on these mouth masks, they make the mouth masks. Is that now, a business that is supposed to last? Because we're almost away from the virus. We're almost done with it. Which leans into me thinking that, what are the plans behind all of that? Is that you know, is that worrisome? I don't know. Is that something that, you know, is just born from, how would you call that? A lack of insight, which I would find, you know, rather strange. Hmm. Yeah. Seems to me that it almost looks like they are planning to have more illnesses to be invited in society, you know, which is a bit strange. Or are they? No, maybe not invited. Maybe that's a bit too conspiracy-ish. But you know, they're definitely seeming to clamp down on the idea that no, the solution is not stopping these viruses in their tracks by, you know, locking down areas where these viruses tend to emerge quite often throughout history. No, we have to lock down all kinds of communities, and we can make a quick buck out of it too while we're at it. Why wouldn't we, right? So clever. I'm going to leave you people with that thought in mind for now. Maybe we can get back into it in another video. But yeah, let's move on to the next point. Let's see, the control of the population. So with these virus, with this virus, everyone is basically locked down in his house, locked down in his community, um, locked down in sort of what you call it, hospital cells. Doesn't seem that much of a, yeah. It seems a bit of a strange solution to everything. That people are being taught that the solution to viruses, emerging in one part of the world, sweeping all over the world, uh, has a lot to do with. Well, not a lot to do with. It has a lot to. The solution seems to be yes, more control over the people. We need to control people's movements. And a lot of people would argue then, well, it's for our safety, it's for our well-being. But then here is something else also to think about in regards to these lockdowns. How many people have considered that these lockdowns have also been the cause for many deaths? At least several, in regards to unfortunate cases of people who are, very social, very social personalities who have now ended their own lives because, psychologically they could not handle it. They could not handle being indoors. For how many months has it been now? So there is one thing. Something that could have been prevented by, who knows, just asking people if they like this idea instead of just, asserting power over us and saying, yes, you are going to get, how would I put it politely? You're going to get fined or whatever it's going to be if you do not do what we say. So stay in your home, it's for your own safety anyways. And unfortunately, in my opinion, a lot of people just accept that at face value. I do not think that a solution that was meant to save lives and ended up causing deaths is something that we should just shrug our shoulders at because of the, supposed good intentions there. Which there might be. Maybe I'm a bit too suspicious. And then there is that other aspect where we are supposed to live in societies that promote freedom and movement for everyone across the world, wherever they go. Yet when it comes to the moments like these, the same people that would argue that this mindset is a 100% good thing and we do not ever need to question it or talk about it or what have you, they are now promoting, bordering people in their own houses. Yeah, instead of saying lockdown, maybe it's worthwhile to say bordering. that's yeah, I think that's some food for thought there too. Something to something to think about. Something that makes you wonder, what these people are even doing. Is it just incompetence, or is there a certain malice involved there? Is there, yeah. I'm not gonna go further because I'm gonna say very rude things, and I rather not do that. Um, yeah. But yeah, going to make this part one of the video because I've learned that I can only make videos for such an amount of time according to the YouTube standards. So I'm going to close off this one and I'm going to start the other video after this. So yeah, stay tuned if you find it, if you still find it interesting.